Hello everyone, this is Creatrix and Annika, and we are coming at you today with BJD Addicts Prompt number 37, which is telling loved ones. And this is a topic I have touched upon several times throughout my videos, because I think like with all of us, it's kind of, not like a touchy subject or anything like that, because it's not like we're afraid to talk about how our loved ones react to our dolls, but it's certainly, I think it's something we worry about, because we all want to be accepted by the ones we hold dear, and when you have a rather unorthodox hobby, it can make things a little stressful. So, this is like my story. I'm going to start out with the first person I told about my BJD hobby, like adventures, as well as like the person who was with me when I first started like doll collecting in general, and that was my ex-boyfriend. He was actually with me when I bought my first Monster High doll. He was really wonderful because we were in Walmart, and I was like, oh, I really love these dolls. They're really cool, but like, I don't know, like $20 is a tank of gas, and they're dolls, and I'm like 18 years old. Should I be collecting dolls? But he was really supportive about the whole thing. He actually helped me decide on my first Monster High doll, because I couldn't decide between Operetta and Spectra. So he helped me kind of like work through that indecision, and he has been wonderful ever since. Like, he's probably the most supportive person, still is. I mean, even though we've broken up, we're still really close friends, and he's just awesome. Like, he buys me Monster High dolls. He actually bought Annika's blonde wig for me, which is why it's also one of my favorites, because it kind of has like the sentimental value and everything. And yeah, and he was the first person to find out I was going to be collecting BJDs, and he was so just wonderfully supportive and helping me kind of make the decisions of what doll to get, like how much money to spend, etc., etc. And he's like the only person I can go to and just casually talk about dolls with. Like, I don't even have to like kind of broach the subjects about dolls. I just kind of come in and go, yeah, so today Annika and I did this, and I bought her some jeans, and like, it's really nice. And he asks about her and all the other girls I have, and he always wants to know what kind of projects I'm doing with my dolls, and he is just so wonderful, and I'm truly blessed to have him in my life, because without him I really think I would be really lonely in this hobby. I think a lot of us feel really lonely. Like, even though there's tons of people on the internet and stuff, it's just not the same as having like someone you've been close with or really close to, and can still share like with the hobby, even if maybe they don't participate in it. I don't know. I think it's really special when you have a loved one who's so supportive. So yeah, I really am so happy I have him in my life. So yeah, he probably took the news the best out of everyone I have told, and he's the most supportive. And the next person I told was my grandmother, and that's because my grandmother also collects dolls. She doesn't collect BJDs or Monster High dolls or anything like that, but she collects baby dolls, and she also collects cute stuffed animals, and I collect kind of odd and strange stuffed animals, and obviously BJDs and Monster High dolls. So I kind of told her about Annika because I had found it shipped and stuff, and I really wanted to celebrate, and it was hard to celebrate when no one knew about her. So I told my grandmother, because I figured she would understand, and she really did. She was like, yeah, and not only did she like understand, but she actually owns dolls who cost a couple of $100s. So not only was she understanding of the cost of the BJD hobby, but she actually was able to like congratulate and celebrate with me when I told her like how great of a deal I got in Annika. So that was really awesome. I mean, I'm still not like to the point where I can just casually like bring up my dolls with her, but at least it was nice like having like a family member, like a blood relative, accept the hobby. Unlike my sister, who I told her like just kind of like on a whim, like there was no preparation. I really had like no intention of telling her, but like I had found out that like Annika was going to arrive like the very next day, and I'm driving her somewhere, and I'm just like brimming with excitement, so I kind of told her about it, and she gave the stereotypical, "You spent how much on a doll?" reaction, and I mean, it's not like she's like mean about it, but she does mock me a little bit, and she swears that Annika is gonna wake up in the middle of the night and kill her. And I don't know if you have seen the memes on Facebook, but there's one where they talk about like people always going, "Oh, your doll's so creepy. It's gonna like wake up in the middle of the night and kill me." And like the response to that is like, "Well, if you keep talking shit, maybe it just might happen," or something like that. It sounds much better like written by someone who knows what they're talking about. Anywho, so yeah, that's my sister. And then my parents are the last to know about my doll, because I just didn't tell them. They found out when the box arrived and I opened it, and they were like, "Wow, that's a big doll." And like they're approving, like they approve of my doll collecting hobby to some extent. Like they still kind of make fun of me for it a little bit, and I do kind of keep my doll collecting to myself within my immediate family, because I don't want like any judgment from them, because I think any judgment from them would really spoil any sort of doll collecting hobby for me, especially if they ever started nagging me about the price. I think I've said before that if they ever said something like, "Oh, you spend all that money on dolls when you could have spent it on this," like I think it would just make me really guilty about the hobby, and the hobby really makes me happy, so it's something I keep to myself. But they're still pretty nice about it and supportive. Like my mom and I have this arrangement. She owns a travel agency, and there's a bunch of like just kind of database work and stuff that she doesn't really have time for but needs to get done. So the deal is if I do that work for her, she'll buy me a Monster High doll like whenever like payday is. So like they're okay with me collecting dolls, but I can't. They're not as approving as my grandmother or my ex-boyfriend, best friend person thing. So yeah, that is my not so exciting but hopefully relatable story of telling loved ones. Luckily for me, it was all a relatively positive experience, and I am lucky to have some people who are really enthusiastic about my collecting. Alright, so a couple of more things before I go. Sorry, where are my words? There they are. Really one thing, and that is I finished my first face-up, so meet my Princess Mononoke. Fox, look at her, isn't she great? This is my first ever face-up, and as you guys probably know, it was a wild ride, and oh my gosh, putting her arms back on, because I took them off to do this detail right here. Oh my gosh, like putting them back on, like I'm so glad I didn't record it, because I almost did, and I was just cursing up a storm. It was so frustrating. But yeah, so this is her, all painted by me. There's her little tail and her little paws. Oh, sorry, camera's over here. Her little paws and her ears, her little headband. It doesn't go all the way around, so but the only thing she doesn't have is a necklace. That's because I think she would look better to have like a real necklace rather than a painted on one. And I don't personally have the materials or really much of the know-how to make a necklace, so I figure I will leave that to whoever ends up buying her, because I am going to sell her. So if you're interested in my cute little Mononoke fox doll, let me know. I don't think she's too shabby, and she's not going to be ridiculously expensive, at least I don't think. Definitely she's going to be less than it would cost to buy this doll painted from the factory. So yeah. And when she comes with, sorry, camera's over here. She comes with a eye already, and this extra eye, and she comes with a little birth card, and she's so great. I think she's cute, but I have no need for a fox doll. But yeah, so I did this, and it's amazing, and I'm going to take pictures and post them somewhere, and if you want to become her new mama, or dada, or whatever you choose to be called, she is looking for a home. And that's about it. Annika has a little bit of clothing coming in. I bought her a pair of jeans and a cute pair of flats. And once I get some more stuff sold and whatnot, I will hopefully be able to buy her more clothing, such as like a shirt to go with the jeans. I have a whole like eBay wish list. Because right now all she has is this white dress, and I really love this white dress, but I also want more options. And I did have another dress for her that didn't fit her. She was, to put it simply, she was too busty for it, which was unexpected because I don't consider her a really busty doll. I mean, she has a bust. This is getting awkward. I'm sorry, Annika. But like, to put it bluntly, I have seen more well-endowed dolls out there, so it was an unexpected twist. So I'm actually also selling that dress, and I forgot to bring it up here to this office with me, so I can't share it with you guys. But if anyone is curious about that dress, I'm also selling it. Yeah, if you have a doll that's kind of chesty, it probably won't fit. So yeah, that's about it. The BJD Next Top Model is on its way. We have all the contestants. I've already turned all of those contestants into Sims, and once I get the photos in, I will film the first episode and get that posted. So I'm hoping to get that up next week, and I'm really excited, and everyone should watch it and share it with all their friends, and let's make this a thing. Alright, I'm gonna go now, guys. See ya. Bye.